go for that early Bramble Vest, start to build up in towards that Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yep.
And once you have that item and a half, you are in such a good position against this Renekton throughout all of play-ins, and looked like it was going to be a staple of groups, but never really followed through, as VKS now starting to get their vision in and make sure they can spot out exactly what Team Secret Wells are up to.
Vertical jungle style, he goes in blind and he has to flash away immediately, naturally, but Taki's still here. With a remount, there's a lot more danger as Dire comes in. He gets a bit of burst damage off, looking for the electrocute. Trimby looking for the re-engage as well. Morteus is just spreading the love, but the flash, the reignite, the setup. Morteus in trouble, flash away. VKS running for their lives as First Blood's given over with a heal and the invade turning south. VKS are throwing away the game before it's even begun.
And this is a best of one!
The perfect start for us enjoying an international event. Histo's going to see Trimby walking towards him, close to the smite range. Doesn't get knocked up, level 2 acquire, but Miru's on the way in. A Vault Breaker to be blocked away, and he's going to get Trimby. In the end, Trimby finds this easily. The auto from Miru, there's something back, and a blue buff for Rise.
Very low on the bottom side.
Yeah, there's a lot of danger coming from this rel. As you said, so far it's been really good. Die, meanwhile, though, a little bit low. Room Prison under turret. Miru, that blue buff is getting put to work. Can't do too much. Wave it a bit of a standstill for now as even Boal comes to help out. Histo's still thinking about it, but it does feel like this Dragon's a foregone conclusion. There's nothing to gain apart from your Raptors, and first strike of the game goes to VKS. And so Taki's there to support.
Yeah, it does mean, it's only to support TP, but it does mean now you've got 2 people on this bottom side. So do VKS try and contest now on towards the Void Group's take?
Nice stop onto Boal, by the way. Taki on our right side. Boal was just backing egregiously on a control ward, so his tempo's slowed down a little bit. But triple grub, you don't often say, is easily going to be taken here by Secret Wales.
Yeah, I think VKS wanted to contest, but as you say, the interrupt, now Trimby should be able to just dash away, but the interrupt onto Boal means he can't TP up into the play.
And that Dragon's in 2 minutes 30, by the way, so any bot lane play's not going to open anything, but a Realm Warp will. Dire goes into Fog of War for a little bit, but an easy flag and drag. Wait for the Room Prison, he won't go anywhere. Cataclysm down, and a third kill, no, this time given over to the Jarvan. Zasamus is on the board.
Match on the top end, but
flash, oh, in a 1v2, hang on, Hero jumping in, Trimby doesn't get the stun. The flash away now burned as Trimby's just out of the play. Morteus has to burn his own. Taki came in with a Shattering Strike and narrowly misses, but that's double Summoner, make it triple. As VKS aren't out of the woods yet.
Keep your eye on the Void Missile, can Eddie land this?
Eddie, no, not finding a target, but Hero's now here. The Empowered W easily done. Morteus next up, second skin. A double kill over to the Croc, and crikey, damn! VKS are now in more trouble because Boal is committed to this play. He gets popped back, sent out, the all-out use over the wall, and a turret shot added in! Boal, that was beautiful! The setup with the flag and drag as the play continues, and Eddie now in new bits of trouble. He's got no mana to press the E button, and he'll die too. VKS are bringing the fire with the return. But, you know, they just play the other side of the map, really fail against Team Secret Wales, but for VKS, who've had such an insane run this year.
That's not exactly where we want to be, especially as you've got Dire still pushing in this bottom side. Going to TP now, but I don't know if they're going to get in here fast enough before this objective is gone.
Taki has a flash, but he won't be able to engage at half HP. Now he might have to suicide. Already goes forward to reset the Summoner. VKS pulling off it at 3k though, is still now imminent potentially. Histo needs to hit the eye, it's there in front and he's taken it. Vault Breaker in, looking for the engage. Eddie repositions the back of the fight and Disarmus is down first. Trimby went in, but just to die. While the Renekton was juicy meat, but you can't eat Crocodile today. Instead, try and eat Eddie, who flashes away. Set up from Boal, the all out, the true damage, waiting for that to come in because Cassante, no! He goes up, Boal went up, and Eddie went south. Miru sets up, a flash away from Dire's History re-engages. Not only did he steal the Herald, but he just stole away LTA South.
So he's still immediately going to start this up. It doesn't look like we're going to get any sort of contest from BKS. Even you see Trimby starting to shift up towards his top side, but they're not really in a position to cross map either, so looks like BKS just going to watch as this goes down.
Second Dragon, and it's an Infernal Soul as well. Bit of burst on this comp, that feels nice.
With this early Rift Tower going in towards the mid lane, looks like it's just going to be a quick take for Team Secret Wales.
Might be good damage on inner turret as well. Only 2 members, maybe 3 with Disarmer showing up now. Herald going to be mounted. Meanwhile, hang on a minute. Was I wrong? Boal in close of territory of dying out. Send it out again, the Weeding, good damage. Pull back not there, Leandri's helping out. The Rel finds a new turret. Good drifting from Taki. Like I said, Team Secret Wales ain't slowing down. Another turret goes down to the same Herald. 5,000 gold, Dagda. This is a the Fire's just taken on a support. Trimby's out of there, and that opens up Dyer to get the turret by himself.
But look how much vision is in this top half of the map for Secret Whale, right? That's why Histo knows he's free to go for it, because there's no one who's going to just suddenly charge out of the back where you control that area. It's difficult for those members to make any meaningful headway. And that's exactly what the VKS are playing through now. You can see this is where the choke point they want to try and make happen.
Hero is moving towards it though. Boa has been burst out by Dyer a little bit. Taki with an engage sets up the Magnustorm. Eddie jumps in. He's been charmed for the time being, but look at the burst as he flashes away. They need to kill the Kai'Sa for VKS. They're getting shredded apart, trying to jump back in, but Eddie survives. A double kicks him off, and Team Secret Wales, they can do this in their sleep.
Hero had a great flank there, which denied Morteus the opportunity to actually get the flank and follow up on the initial play, form the rest of VKS. So Eddie doesn't die, and they'll set it up. You'll see it here. Overtake people like Levi to show that they belong at the top, and so many fans excited to see them on the world stage. And if they could take a win here against the LTA in day one, it will be huge for the LCP. And
if Morteus is the one that gets hit by it, well, goodbye chances of starting a fight. Vault Breaker in, wrong place, wrong time, sets up the ulti, the dive. Classic Team Secret Wales. Heroes under turret, taking 2 shots, but it ain't like before. A charm up while Mary starts firing away, but between 2 worlds, sends VKS to the wrong one. It's a trade in the end, a good shutdown, yes, but now mid-turret's exposed. Team Secret Wales have 4 members, and there's only 2 of VKS.
The VKS just looks stunned.
Not much to do except for Miro just to try and get this objective bounty on this turret bot, and as Baron gets taken, we'll move to 12k, we'll move close to it. Team Secret Wales are covering this as best they can. Samus is also here, Dyer gets over the wall, but Miro is going to take this turret, so shortens the goal a little bit here from the Red Bull Baron power play.
Clear. It's not fantastic against the potential push here from Team Secret Wales.
He's trying to bait it. Eddie does take the bait into Miro there. They were lying in wait. It finally pays off. Eddie's down. The Samus with a shutdown. We go from 11 to 10. All right. With this turret, it will go back up. But still, it is a very minimal Baron that is not even breaking into the base, as you'd expect when you're like 12,000 gold up.
Yeah, like, it's just been little mistakes from Team Secret Wales. Like, now, they will still get stolen. They are still in a very strong spot. But again, we were kind of saying, like, 3 items coming through from Morteus is that sweet spot. Now you've got the Sonya's Hourglass complete. Yeah, I thought Jarvan could maybe face check it, but that's a lot of damage.
He cannot face check it.
Yeah,
we have confirmed.
The Death Book, or the Death Note even, in his back pocket makes him very, very scary with 14 stacks. Really difficult for VKS. I don't see a world where they're able to hold on to these towers, and then it's a Nexus defense against an Elder Dragon.
Flash in from Taki, sets up with the Magnustorm. Miro goes golden though. He's a little bit deeper now, the turret's gone. They've got nothing to lean back on. Between worlds sets them up nicely as well, and the re-engage. Finally getting it done. We waited for 10 minutes for the LCP to smack LTA once more. And Dagda, they'll run through for the first win of Swiss stage to tie this up in a neat bow.
It was slow until it really wasn't, as Team Secret Wales crashed down on the VKS and the hopes of the LTA cell.
LCP on the board first in a big way. Second seed, do it right. I think Mickey, although he can end on picks like this with hard engage, the Alistar, the Naunt, he also has some of his best moments on it as well. While we asked what form is Oscar in coming into today, the reason that Fnatic is so turbulent is because we asked the same of Mickey. We asked the same of Razork coming into the day as well. When do you see them fail dives? They're normally a lot cleaner than that.
Well, Mickey did a really good job there. Flashed onto Kaiwing to actually disrupt being changed into a minion. So Kaiwing ended up tanking the tower in Nico form. So he is to back out. The increased tower shot damage then goes on to the Zings out. He is to back out for top lane.
Oscar, what? Driver just explodes for first blood.
Yes, because they have to try and outplay in the moment. Now Junja getting a nice little invade here. Razork going to see if he can get the smite.
Razork is a level up. Rune Prison starts us off. Smite comes down. Junja's behind Seismic Shove though. Connects. The Tangle Barbs won't matter because Junja is in so much more trouble. Razork, the damage is beautiful as he flashes away the kill. And the deed is done. Honkyu now in trouble himself. He gets phase rush. He runs out. Wants to re-engage with Driver now jumping in, but he doesn't have an ulti. A Seismic Shove yet again. Poby 2 for 2 in the play. And Fnatic now on the board as well.
Fnatic doing a nice job of turning that around. The invade with Driver could have worked out, but Poby with a nice flick back. And the fact that Poby now has to try and control him here and stop CFO from taking over this game. is going to be a handful, but I think that's why we're seeing that focus from Fnatic shift from what has traditionally been a bot lane focused team to the mid wave, and now Hongq actually using that realm warp to the top side. Looks like they want to go for a bit of a swap and get Hongq into a side lane.
Also, mid wave's going to get hard push. Maybe the Talia wall from Poby to get towards mid lane as well.
It does mean Fnatic have control here, and the interrupt on the reset has to flash away. But that's going to be the pressure on top side and the boy grubs.
Wait, Seismic Shove comes already, flashes away, Poby at max range! He stares Junja in the face and says, now what, bro? To come through, Mickey has the flash dredge lines, Riptide's out. It was also that Razork could get a grub. 2 now available here for CFO. A lot committed off the back of the play, but no objective after this.
This thing is, though, you get the plates on top side, massive wave lost top. Oscarinnen's pushing in the bot side, another big wave, and a tower plate going across, plus the kill. Even though CFO are pushing them off, they're becoming a bit of a problem. And you talked about it in Champ Select. You don't really have anyone that can kill us. Poby.
Oh my god, a melee range, Poby! Driver does it again. Both his kills are now solo bolos. On the path down to Dragon, CFO started this for good reason, but Driver at half HP with no ulti. Fnatic think they have an angle, but Upset, he is low on mana. Take that node as Dredgeline kicks us off onto Junja. He still have his Crescent Guard up and available, but he's going to back away. Wind becomes lightning, doesn't do anything. It shows Fnatic that he wants out, and Razork is going to equalize the Dragon, even after that solo kill bot. I think he's been good with the angle of hooks, but sidestepping has been clutch. I mean, CFO showing why they're some insane players. Depth charge on Junja, but he just launches in. Razork is by himself. Pop Blossom in the meantime is a 2-man. Tangle Bars becomes 3, and Driver has them lined up, ducks in a row. Fnatic came in just to go. The flash away from Oscar is blown out of the water, and CFO made that look effortless.
Fnatic end up completely separated in the fight, thanks to that Nico ultimate. And Junja just saying, I'm going into the pit. I can 1v1 Razork easily. Now you get the objective, you get the fight, you're getting towers. CFO might have just blown open this game.
That was so easy for them as well. I mean,
stage, it's very difficult, it feels like, for Fnatic to try and come back into it. The 3k gold lead already going across. Doggo has already got a 1.6k gold lead, so any sort of like Caitlyn in a trough does not exist, and he doesn't want any part of it. So Fnatic just going to look for the top trade instead, as CFO like, cool, we'll just handshake the mid tower instead.
Which is important as well when you have a Caitlyn. That control is crazy. You have a lead as well, the deep vision is going to pay off so much, and it's not just outer turret, because outer was taken with ease. Now Hongq is going to drive it right towards mid. And that's going to be gone. Inner turret at 18 minutes in the game as Upset just has to back away. Poby's going to teleport. They're turning this into a play, but Mickey's already dead. He dredged on too early with the Weaver's Wall lining down mid. CFO already half out. Hongq is covered by Driver's decimating smash. As Razork now found on an angle by Junja. And I feel like Fnatic are crumbling at the seams. A decimating smash. Poby with a good flick back, but Kaiwing will not perish. Junja now, his angle has re-entered onto Upset.
The midway, but CFO are just too strong. Fnatic have to get creative to bypass this beefy front line. But even when they do, it's still not enough.
When you see a Caitlyn ulting and then flashing past a Talia, trying to get the kill, you know the game is in a problem state. One that got flicked back again. Damage is null. Fnatic receiving the wave. Good dredge line onto Hongq. Seismic Shove, True Shot Barrage. It's good with an exhaust, but again, they need to find a kill. Razork decided to go in and die. Okay, send it again. Now onto Driver with a dredge line. They're finally killing the Scion. They've done so, but a flip up from Junja, and he finds a new lease on life. Driver on the back line gets Fnatic nice and busy, but under the turret he cares not, as that's the best result for the 3rd seed of the LEC, but it still looks a bit too hard.
Hongq got the reset to teleport in, so healthy members on CFO and Fnatic blinking when it comes to some of their health bars and their mana bars. It'll be just a viewing party as CFO take the Atacant.
All right, let's throw the play a 3rd time into the midst. See what Fnatic can do. Oscarinnen at full HP. Again, the Realm Warp comes out after the Atacant, but no one takes it. The main thing is CFO got the Atacant, and right now it is looking like an LCP day 1.
So you can see they're not even going to bother. They're just going to let them have this 3rd dragon and hope somewhere they find the damage. But I just don't see it coming again. Like 2 items only for Upset, 2 and a bit for Poby, trying to work towards that magic resist. You're not really in a position as Mickey to try and go for these like cheating tempo plays to get vision down, because CFO have already established themselves on the top side. At least with that bot lane tower going down, Poby getting a bit of gold from extending, constantly playing off of where they need to be on the map, setting up their vision correctly, and they're just not letting Fnatic have a moment to find a pick.
Like this, I mean, Razork sets up control ward. Okay, there's Junja, goes back from Tribrush, Vault Breaker. Ghost as well. Mickey wants a hook onto Honku. They say, hey, we found him. Let's get the mid lane. A seismic shove as well. Everyone launching in from Fnatic. Their pick with upset setting the True Shot Barrage. A shutdown to Mickey's unfortunate, but a shutdown nonetheless. Now Driver's isolated as Kaiwing wanted an angle, but he's not going to be given it. LCP undefeated on day number 1. It's only the start of Worlds that's good. It's getting me giddy dagged up with a Rune Prison as well, and with Mickey maybe getting caught out. Speak of the devil, he can't get the Mega Blast Cone, and Junja punishes for that. Razork bops him away. Good defense from Poby, but Driver's here. Ultimate melee range, and Doggo snaps him down with a headshot. True Shot Barrage after the fact. It's nice, but it's not going to cut it as Razork is in the dirt for 40 seconds, and Poby's poke, try as he might, he won't be able to mitigate CFO, starting the Baron.
Junja just sat on that Blast Cone and refused to let Mickey use it. So he ends up having to leap out, and Razork dies for his sins, and now CFO start up the Baron. This is a miracle if Fnatic hope that they can steal this.
Poby's going to come in, decimating smash blocked, but midway, Oscarine gets bopped up anyway. The seismic shove onto Driver. It's getting more and more tanky. The Bing, he's alive as Oscar flashes away. Meanwhile, Pop Blossom, mid-realm warp. Away goes Oscar. He manages to shield it out as Honku gets shoved away. Poby's trying to stop the advance, but Junja says no. The Crescent Guard and Driver going for another spin. CFO have brought the game back into their favor again.
Not fall. CFO.
Razork, he flash, he prep Q onto Doggo, but there's a decimating smash behind him. Razork thinks wrong. All out comes in. Doggo's in a bit of trouble. Okay, over the wall, Oscar gets a shutdown. But let's not forget, this guy's become a bit squishy. And Junja likes that 2v1. Pack your bags as Junja puts another one in the basket.
And that's going to be Chemtech Soul for CFO on the back of it. And you thought it was difficult taking down CFO before this.
Look done. There are a couple of picks. And then we just return to the scene of the crime. Thank you, Muscat, for your priceless moment. It's been a fantastic debut. Exactly what we expected from CFO. Junja now just moving into position as well. In a turret under fire, and Fnatic struggling to clear the wave. It's Poby who's doing the most work right now as Upset's just trying to deal with mid.
Exactly, Honku pushing in this mid lane. Going to make it very difficult. Oscar in trying to play around that trap line, but...
He sat on one. Headshot. Oh my god!
That's the tank!
He's such a good boy, and Junja is too. Everyone's getting praise on this CFO roster. There's a Realm Warp taking one minion into the base. He's going to enable an engage. Ace in the hole hits Upset. Pop Blossom hits 2 for the final moment. Poby about to drop the greatest of some time. Ain't today. It's Honku as he runs in with the rest of his team with CFO looking to finish this one here.
They didn't even bring Driver along for that. He ended up bolting out of it. He didn't want to come along for the rides, but it's a victory lap. It feels like for CFO.
Not just for CFO, Dagda. It's a victory lap for the LCP on day 1. 2-0 is the kickoff. And CFO, we said they're the best of this region. They damn well put their money where their mouth is as they kick Fnatic in the jawline. Can they stem out the game? Can they stem out the bleeding that you were concerned about with Cuz on something so heavily skirmish-based and that top side, and even the Caitlyn being so good in the lane?
Unaware. That's why you go for the blind Braum, expecting something like a Rel or an Alistair to
really
come
good
through.
point. As you said, engage is best. Speaking of engage, it's Elyoya. Okay, he's got a Cataclysm up and available, and Peter's caught out in the river. Cuz here to support, but Cataclysm comes down, enables Jojo. Cuz has to flash away, but the dunk for first blood from Jojo. Super runs into Docdam. Okay, he sends out the Arclight of Judgment. It sets for Elyoya to get another knock-up. Whittling away is Docdam, running for his life. Smited down, barriers there. Super wants to be in range. Elyoya tanked it up. The Arclight was close to a kill. Mkoi almost at 2, but Elyoya will survive the ace in the hole as Mkoi hit first.
But the fact that Elyoya took so much tower aggro means they can't actually go for the objective.
For KT, it is a meaningful win despite the kill. The flip back though, Mirwin's going to all out. Perfect, that's a flash away. An ulti for a summoner here in the isolated 1v1.
I think Perfect was kind of lucky that Mirwin didn't get the full reach over the wall into the alcove, or that could have been a very different story. But
really hurt them in the end, so Dagda, 3 grubs versus Dragon might be the call here because Elyoya's already taking it. And Cuz obviously resetting, is going for his bot side clear. So there is an objective trade and maybe a kill as well as BDD.
Wanted to go for the Scuttle Crab, but the second they see all three members on the top side, they realize they went nothing for it, but damage!
One Super jumps forward, he's got the cat mine, steps in, full Transcendent! He's Transcendent, ducked down for the solo kill!
The Kraken Slayer doing work, and MKOI winning out on the bottom side, and a BDD trying to see if he can push back. Slow, pops the ult, and there's nothing Docdam can do.
Holy damage. We're doing it
Oh,
again though. Elyoy is back down. The Arclighter Judgment slows him down. Docdam's dead again. Super at 2 kills. I see you, Europe.
Docdam just needs to kind of sit here and hope that he can hold on, but he feels scared underneath the tower.
Peter's hovering around mid, so you know that Docdam's just isolated. You got full vision of him. Super's trying to deny the wave, and Docdam all of a sudden is 30 CS down. I was right before I said 30 CS.
Or he's been taken by KT, I should say, as Mirren TP back in, so MKOI may look for a contest.
But while Docdam doesn't want to join.
That's the thing, it's an empty threat from KT. They have the Caitlyn in the bottom side, it's a 4 versus 5, and they're still trying to contest onto this. You look at where this Galio is, just hovering with that ultimate available.
Jojo wants to jump in. If they find a fight, it's all for naught here from KT. They're soft advancing, but a flash on a Cataclysm, and there's Jojo finally. Cuz sent packing, and now with the ulti out, Perfect's in trouble. Meanwhile, the side of the fight, Super's picking up kills again. The Superstar on the right, MKOI on the left, and 5 kills to 0. KT got nothing left.
KT were trying desperately to keep MKOI interested, seeing if they could buy time for Docdam to get some gold on this bottom side, and he will get the tower, but you've lost so much on that top half of the map. 5-0 for MKOI. And now Jojo moving down towards this bottom side, but Docdam's already got away.
Got to really ask ourselves, how much for KT is that going to be worth it? Good noticing there, Dagda, as Herald goes down there. Maybe for the graves of KT in this third game of the day. Peter's going to walk in on full vision. Cuz the same. Dragon going down there to teleport from Mirwin. It's going to be slow from Perfect if he decides to enter. They go towards mid anyway, but Mirwin's now zoning off the choke. Jojo on the other side. Third Dragon. It's not a soft contest. It's a full commitment with PP. Docdam is sitting around mid, but MKOI are looking to collapse. With the Winds of War, Perfect zoned out, and he's done so. He'll deny the minions and now move down. At 13k, it's slow. It ain't that fast. KT getting chunked and shredded with resistances. MKOI haven't been poked out yet.
Yeah, you can see MKOI setting up for the flank. They want to make sure they can get on towards BDD and Docdam.
Mirwin, all it takes is a set up with the path maker. Meanwhile, Cuz has been left by his team. The jump in there, Jojo's going to follow as well. Shockwave is big though. 3-man with a hot pot inside. MKOI ran in, it was a bait, it was a ruse, and Cuz drew them in. Flash from Docdam, ace in the hole. He sets it up now, and Super's in the ground. Cuz is a freaking genius.
The trap was set, and MKOI walked into it perfectly as BDD with the Shockwave, as Perfect with the Rumble ultimate decimate MKOI where they stand.
I mean, I thought that guy was inting, but BDD, when you have him on his team, just play for his setup. Redemption's going to come down. Docdam gets hit at 3k. A steal looks hard. Elyoya looking to go in at Atakan. 15. Almost 14 flashes. They're in. Cataclysm still! The king of the jungle from Madrid, baby! That's him!
The Spanish secret agent for MKOI gets in to steal away the Atakan.
And BDD clapped his hands together. Did a bit of Thanos thing as KT hover around mid lane. Remember, Super's still big. Cataclysm is a 3-man for Jojo as well. Peter caught in the middle. His Winter's Bite saves his life. And Shockwave only 1 man as there's a hot pot in the middle once again. Super chunked down and Cuz has found his man. Super might survive for now, but then the wind becomes lightning once more. Mirwin's over the wall. He gets out, but KT have some life in them yet.
The patience that MKOI have demonstrated all game long has dissipated, and KT are punishing them so incredibly well. MKOI over force.
Stop the soul push, and they're going to get this Baron uncontested. Elyoya is coming out of base for the Hex Gate. It's not even going to get him there anywhere close. He knows he's going towards the bot side. He's going to clear his camps, and KT land on 2.5k gold. An ace in the hole maybe, but he knows it wouldn't really hit. Alvaro's in front, but that opens up mid-turret. And even though he didn't get ahead early, it doesn't matter. That Caitlyn's still going to bloody scale.
Yeah, see the damage that this Caitlyn is already doing. MKOI need to find a way to stop us. But is it too late?
You're a Yunara. You know, as an 80 carry, as far as 80 carries go, like, yeah, your range is actually not bad. Dokdam is critting these turrets, man. He's headshotting them, and they're going down quick.
Jojo going to try and push in mid, look to take the mid lane tower. KT trying to collapse on him before he can do so. One auto.
That is a nice take for
Still a collapse,
TP.
though.
Yeah, he's going to ulti out. I think that's a good call. Perfect was there around one side, the rest of KT another.
And a lot of standing gold to take.
Well, that's going to be writing it on the whiteboard for the event. For KT, I mean, it was such a clutch factor that came in as well. Full respect. Get a powerful Cataclysm, lay it up perfectly.
But who do you try and go for? BDD
Right.
now has that Sonya's Hourglass completed, even though he doesn't have flash up. Dokdam still has his flash. Everyone, apart from Peter, has their flash. So your targets are disappearing. Instead, MKOI are saying, look, we're just going to try and push in on these middle lanes instead and try and find something back instead.
It's the Galio. There was a bit used from KT, but Jojo now with nothing up.
Yeah, MKOI, kind of a fake contest there, looking to see if they can just take these turrets on the sidelines and again be a nuisance, but Jojo having to burn so much to get away from that play.
Might come with it.
Jojo in behind them though. MKOI gonna look for the flank and see if they can all in on this, it looks like.
It would be a miracle. Mirwin needs a flip. They need the right target. The engage from Kaz. The all-in. Elyoya finds backline. Under Dokdam. They're there, but where's the damage at? It's all up to Super, who's getting burnt asunder with 1 kill already going down. Elyoya sacrifices his life. Peter jumps in. Super re-engages with the wild growth, but it ain't enough. KT, we got excited for a reason. There ain't no false hope here.
There was just not enough in the tank for MKOI and KT. They looked a little bruised, but they will stride forward into the base of MKOI.
Just remember, BDD got glazed for a reason. And here at the start of Worlds, they'll break that little curse. Not a game won since their qualification to this event, but they'll start off the right way. They'll put LCK's name first. And we are looking exciting on KT.
It's great setup, it's great presence and pressure on towards a back line if you can get that rail combo set up, but I will say 100 Thieves, very magic damage heavy.
FBI will set up that neutral.
Yeah, it looks like set up the neutral off this push to have on the bottom side. FBI doesn't really have much damage at this stage and hasn't ticked over to level 6, so BLG trying to play off it.
Repel up, hang on, Quid sets up between worlds, on close to death, he gets bursted. First blood to 100 Thieves. Satchel charge out as River's in danger, but he gets a kill before dying himself. Now Elk might get one, but as he flashes away, he's got numbers against him. 100 Thieves on the board first, nice fight.
Nice pick onto the support as well. And his only end up losing their jungle is Bin.
What he's been doing? BLG, I don't know, question that man. Well, 100 Thieves, they're going to get grubs on top side. And let's not take away from the bot side play, because I think the bot side play was fantastic. Like, River really bought time, the target selection was beautiful, Quid's impact was felt, and as grubs go down, as we try and recover from what Bin just did, it's triple grub game. It is 100 Thieves with a small gold lead.
Repositioning with the Aurora, and she's going to reset. I think she's just got her first item completed.
So we're going to come through, but Ayla's base checking by himself. FBI wasn't there, and nor was River. A bit egregious from the Australian support as he goes down.
Ends up kind of messing that one up. You had the reset coming through for Quid. You can see just finished his Liangu's Anguish, and they're waiting on that TP to come in so they could look to contest, use that item advantage. But Ayla checks a little bit too quickly, and they're starting to put some hurt on.
FBI also went for the gun first rather than something that's a little bit more scaling, so this is nice. Anger from Ayla as well. Meanwhile, though, Quid in a 1v1 versus Knight ain't winning out. The flank turns bad, turns salty as the ground laid beneath them. River, though, stays alive for a damn long time, but Elk stands and fires the big gun. Quid comes back alive as Knight couldn't really finish the job by himself. Skirmish picks as Herald's going to start off now by BLG. 100 Thieves here behind, and River looking for a steal. He's got a blast cone as well. FBI also with a nuke, but Smite comes down. It's late. River comes in, and is it better late than never? That's the biggest question. BLG are willing to turn. When becomes lightning is good damage. Ayla also with the engage, but
that's all the BLG really want here. Force Quid away from the tower. You're going to have 100 Thieves trying to make their way in on pause.
That's a busy
He's nowhere
Spider.
to go.
He's up in the air. Yeah, there's no Krugs. Nuke down, and FBI gets the kill from afar.
Nicely done by 100 Thieves, collapsing better and on. This is kind of the stuff that he'd get caught out on, trying to take shortcuts into positions that he shouldn't be in.
Brooks can start Dragon. In fact, he's just going to take it. So for 100 Thieves, not only do they get the pick and punish the enemy support, getting that dragon, making it one apiece. This game's stalling out right now.
The dragon may have been a bit of a diversion, as they should be able to crack the mid lane turret. And if you now as BLG are able to access side lanes thanks to this, it's going to get very difficult. That top lane tower is already gone. They can potentially drive this into the bot lane.
You got to bend it like Beckham. Hang on.
Using Knight here as a threat with the Weaver's Wall to completely isolate him.
Yeah, Dokla stepping up at the turret, lucky to be alive. He's hovering over the fact that 100 Thieves were nearby, but the outer turret's going to drop down. River looking for a tag, but he's poked out instead. So now the turret's gone as the trap stepped on by Quid.
Gaining the ground that they need to keep people separated. Dragon now going to be started up, and they're going to continue this push.
X-Gate angle from Rivers, not too bad, but for BLG clumped up. They now send another Weaver's Wall to make him put a bomb down. Rivers' angle, though, that's what I'm looking at. As Bin's tanking up the damage for now. 100 Thieves going to bring in Quid with the teleport. On vision for the time being, that ward in front of Dragon, paying dividends as Ace in the hole onto Ayla. That's their engage. Maybe gives BLG a chance. There's still a potential at 3K. The Dragon in front of Beige One, not stolen, and he'll die with it as well. The Cataclysm has been separated from the team. Dokla zoning out BLG. He's getting poked out though with a snap engage. Finally connecting, and a kill down. Bin survived for a long time. There just ain't enough. He bought all the time in the world out with the tunnel for now, but there's Quid with the range. BLG running away. Elk can't do too much with the Crescent Guard in the way, and on is just a dead spider body. 100 Thieves for 3, BLG with 2. I see the play, I see the faith, I see an A! A triple turns into an ace, and the long con patience paid off.
Themselves healthy, but Beishuan, he wants to steal.
I mean, I've seen El Yoya steal this earlier on. Beichuan, do not let him near the pit. 100 Thieves, you got a good game state. You brought it back. Hexgate's going to be used. On's also on the way, but Artican within smiting range is down. A TP in front of Quid. They see it, they run. They're looking to escape. A tunnel user TP as well as Bin is there, but he's isolated by himself. FBI rampages over the Void Queen. Dokla doing the same. Sends the ulti. Knight fails the flash. He can't escape either. And the 100 Thieves are playing the heist of a century.
Everyone on BLG is dragged down, but Beishuan goes low in the pit thanks to that damage. Now they get the turn on towards Bin, and Dokla again, even in his passive form, forces everyone on BLG doing incredible work in this game.
They are. They brought this game back. They're a dragon ahead. They found the fight. Ayla, do not get caught out now. Shattering strike. And he crashes down away. Elk. Bomb away. Quit the same. Quit the same. The assassination. Meanwhile, FBI's firing away. Bates one went in too deep. On's caught out as well. Does NA believe?
Where were you when the LCS's third seed is taking games off of the LPL's #1? 100 Thieves, take a bow!
They lost the VKS, but they don't care about the LPL first seed. Nah, it's just BLG with a Baron now for the taking. What the hell is happening?
NA miracles are happening. The 100 Thieves heist is continuing. They were doubted coming into playoffs. They ran the gauntlet. They got to the top spots to represent the world stage, and they're taking Knight out.
Whoa, smash down Knight, put him in his place, Quid. You tell him.
I think he's too far up.
He's up far. He's going to be spotted out by Ward. That's Quid on the way in. Ayla as well as the engagement at level 16 Aurora. Forces the ghost out of the Caitlyn. Beige1 caught out here anyway. Bombs down again. And Quid is 8-0-5. They talked about this guy putting on the last hurrah for the organization.
Gonna go out with a bang to blow the doors off of Worlds and say, hello, LPL, we are here.
Slot double decimating smash. Dokla sets it up nicely. And here's the man in the jungle to send it away. Knight gets out this time around, but look at the goal that's once again given over. 7,500.
Like, this is prime position for 100 Thieves, and
H1. He went for the invade here, but FBI's near there. Mega Inferno bomb, bouncing bomb. What is that guy doing? This last Baron wave, he does so successfully, but not all the minions taken away. Dokla not going to take much damage here off the side as he zones off for a BLG. River is getting mid by himself at the end of that Baron power play.
No answer for them here as Elk spotted Quid.
Yeah, he is. Quid pops between worlds, bursts him. One shot, Ayla contributes. The burn, the auto is enough. Bit of an overcommit from 100 Thieves, but who cares? They're so far ahead. There's a Cocoon, but On is also caught out. He repels up. He's looking for a target to get away. Beijuan has to command, but with that, he's sealing his own death warrant as well. The first LPL team is getting bodied by a couple of risky Thieves. There's a shutdown there, but meanwhile, Knight has to flush away from Dokla, who's under a turret, who's destroying the best mid laner of the East right now. Flush away, no. Dokla just soloed Knight.
100 Thieves are in the base. 100 Thieves are about to take down BLG in China.
Listen, there's nothing. The LPL fans are here to cheer on the first season they thought was a sure win. But then 100 Thieves show up after getting defeated by VKS, after everyone saying they were a failure of a team. 100 Thieves just beat the crap out of the LPL.
We'll see this time around. I mean, we are obviously like super hyped up right now off the previous game, the 100 Thieves ones. But FlyQuest here going into T1. This one is going to be hyped. Don't let the seeds fool you here. And he has the original smite there, so Inspired's not able to steal away that one grub that was getting quite low, and T1 will just collect them.
Yeah, that's a super, super close margin that it actually ends up being potentially pretty significant here for the side of T1, as having all three of the grubs, having the extra damage onto the turrets, and the ability to spawn the Void Mites could mean that if they get some early tempo in this game, they get some early push in the side lanes. Quad versus Doran up in the top side in the meantime, as Busio ready to follow up here. Gumayusi now in some danger. The Death Realm has been unleashed, and Whippo's going in after the T1 AD carry. Gumayushi's about to get taken out, but he gets away on a magical journey. Whippo's chase is overdone, and it's first blood to carry his bar.
There, but close does not count. Gumayusi still had flash. Gumayusi was just drawing him in. So they get the kill. That is one kill for T1. T1, they committed to that play on the top side with everyone. Owner's trying to make the most of it with a blue steal.
Yeah, he wants to get it, but Inspired has the better smite. Now Busio using the Pop Blossom, tries to find enough, but instead he only finds his way into the grave. Another kill of it at T1 as Inspired has to try to escape with the Weaver's Wall from Faker. Wants to lock him up. Inspired wants to sidestep the seismic shove, but no way! 3-0 T1 as they claim the feat of warfare. Well, we are 15 minutes into the game. The Herald has spawned. Yeah, Inspired's doing that right now, but he's 0-1-0. No plays made. While Owner goes for another one down here in the bottom lane, looking to maybe take out Quad, who goes for the Realm Warp to escape. Busio coming up to try to help him, but Keria is also here. Redemption comes down, and Quad is dead. Faker taking a kill on that one as FlyQuest want to try to find something else back. It's Masu moving forward, trying to cut off the escape from Keria and Owner, but they go on a magical journey and they're already getting away. FlyQuest are too slow on the move, and Inspired is caught by Doran as he tries to take the Rift Herald, and that's almost a kill, but Inspired gets away there as the third and Toflo strike won't connect. Now Faker looking for maybe another kill here on Busio. Whippo wants to help him. Tangle Barbs won't hit, but the flash into the Death Realm. Whippo wants Faker, but he is denied. Faker making distance, but ultimately shut down. Now Owner's gonna try to get away. The Mordekaiser post-Death Realm is very powerful, but he already used his flash. He cannot catch up. Busio wants to go in for the Pop Blossom, and he finds it, but he's about to die. Keria and Gumayusi on the approach. Whippo rooted up under turret. T1 pick up both. It's a 6-1 game.
T1 in the scrap come out ahead again. Spellbook exhaust first. He does not immediately Cosmic Binding. He uses the exhaust, waits out the slow, delays so that the rest of T1 can come help with the dive. Meanwhile though, Doran here.
And Doran working hard to defend this tier 1 turret. Inspired and Quad wanting to force it down, but they've only got it down to about 10% HP. They can't quite finish the kill.
As you are saying. Meanwhile, Keria's gonna go up there and lend Doran some extra support.
I don't even know if Doran needs it, Kobe. Quad's already down, and that's a kill for the Cassante, 7-1.
Splashes, doesn't matter, they still find the kill in the end.
Oh, Keria's just messing with him at this point. Busio jumping forward, looks for the Pop Blossom. Meanwhile, down here in the bottom lane, bit of a problem for Whippo. At least they got the shutdown onto Keria up in the top side at the same time. Whippo wants to try to get one kill before he comes out of the Death Realm, but it's not gonna happen. The Grasp can't quite find the kill, and that means that Owner survives, and it's more money in the T1 pockets, a 1-for-1 across the map. FlyQuest and Inspired, the playmaker, right? The player of the year. in the LTA. 0-1 and 0 on the Jarvan, has not been able to find those angles, not been able to find those plays in these first 20 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, I think a lot of them have been just team pressure from T1 and outperforming in the skirmishes, and now it's resulted in all 3 of these outer towers down, Flowers, so there's not a lot of room to work with for FlyQuest. The map is quickly going under T1 control.
All right, T1 trying to force their way further into the enemy jungle, but the Realm Warp into the immediate Pop Blossom. It finds Owner, but nobody else. Now Gumayusi under a little bit of pressure here on the side. Inspired goes in with the Cataclysm, but Lucio's first to die. Owner still trying to get away. Flashes into the rush to buy a little bit more time, but Acathian Rain gets him. T1 still got more men. Quad in the middle of everybody, and he's cut down by the blades of Gumayusi. Whippo's in the death realm for a little bit longer. He'll take out Keria, but what about afterwards? There's no way to survive a triple kill for Guma, and T1 team fighting takes them down.
Masu's still here, but the rest
Not
of
so long.
The rest of T1 are going for the Otacon, Masu going for the execute.
Yeah,
Or getting for the escape.
Yeah, maybe he can get away,
He's
actually.
good.
All right. Well, as long as he doesn't greedy recall and get stuck somewhere.
Yeah, he's chilling. Meanwhile, the Otacon, as you can see, being taken by Faker and Guma. It is a little dicey, but you can avoid those spells pretty easily. Just stick in towards the center.
Oh, you can hear the reaction from the crowd. It was close. Doran nearly finding Masu on the escape there.
So chased that T1 pick up the extra kills. They increase their gold lead. Here we go, another play for FlyQuest.
Yeah, Inspired stepping very far forward here and about to die. The Cosmic Binding as he gets back over the wall. Buys enough time for Faker to take him down. Yes, there's a Pop Blossom, but T1 has already won the fight. Busio goes over the wall, and Quad goes back to the spawn platform. Masu's next. T1 are just playing better. Back in the mid lane, Whippo at least tries to find something here with Gumayusi. He's got him in the death realm. The feathers fly, but the Xayah dies. A shutdown to Whippo, but Doran's not gonna let it go unavenged, as Whippo is the last to fall, and T1 get an ace for 2.
Out of there with this spellbook, and they actually just pick him up on all sides. Though, Whippo got the shutdown onto Gumayusi.
Well, that's something, but they're going to need a whole lot more. Keria getting caught out here a little bit, but where's the damage from FlyQuest? Tempered Fate doesn't really get anything here. Third and Topo strike. Knockback into a knockback into a knockdown. Inspired's out of there. And T1 continue the push. Masu gets slowed down. Pop Blossom onto 2 to buy a little bit more time, but it's a double kill for Owner. Meanwhile, Doran trying to create a little bit of space, does end up dying, trying to kill Masu off. Quad on the side, tries to use Realm Warp for the escape and gets away. Gumayushi's gonna die to Whippo, but now he's in the back line. 1v3! He gets a double with a mace to the face for Keria.
Killing Guma again opens up the opportunity, even though they're going to lose this Dragon Flowers. It is only the second Dragon for T1, so that's a long timer towards the Dragon Soul. And with objective bounties up, it means that Quad is able to capitalize. That is a solo tower for the Rise. Yep, and T1 want to force the issue here. They're going to start up the Baron. They've got some big advantages. Faker as well has a lot, 9 stacks on his Dark Seal. Can he get a seismic shove? They're actually burning the Baron down.
The Baron's going to go down. The Pop Blossom lands. They found some damage onto Faker, and Masu's already assassinated him, but the Baron is gone. Gumayusi goes through the wall. The rest of T1 trying to get away with their Baron, but the Realm Warp wants to bring him in. A seismic shove to stop it. Owner's going to be caught out now as he tries to re-engage on Masu. He's alone behind the FlyQuest lines, and more damage from Whippo is going to at least get his Guardian Angel. Now T1, the remaining 3 players scattering back away as Owner tries to use the Blast Cone to escape, and he will do it. T1 takes the Baron and then trades 1 for 1.
Yep, I would say he accomplished that goal, Flowers. He took almost 0 damage. They barely got through the Kennekrooken shield by the time that he walked away. Here we go, though.
Quad gonna be your target. Faker rides the Weaver's wall, trying to put the pressure onto the enemy mid laner, while Owner distracts everybody else on FlyQuest here at the same time. Remember, no GA anymore, and Whippo's got him trapped in the death realm. Shut down for the Mordekaiser, and FlyQuest are looking for a little bit more. The chase is continuing, but they can't quite find any angle here. The Realm Warp is available, but there's not quite the range. Now Keria the target here from Whippo. Tempered Fate hits nobody. Whippo in the middle of everything. He dies before he can find the shield, as T1 trade 1 back.
Actually makes it a 1 for 1, allowing T1 to answer. But now, the Dragon.
Okay. Dragon started by FlyQuest, but immediately responded by T1. Another seismic shove, this time onto Busio. Pop Blossom with no value. Chemtech Drake over to Gomayushi. Doran trying to get away. Busio at 100 HP. Gomayushi still looking to step forward. Nice shove there under Quad, but they aren't going to kill him here just yet. Seraph's Embrace Shield keeps him alive. Realm Warp on the defense. Masu's going to try to get away with that as Inspired uses EQ to get over the wall. Now a teleport coming in from T1. It's Doran looking to cut him off at their own tier 3 turret here in the bottom lane. The Weaver's Wall delays Quad and Masu, and now Doran stands between them and safety. Whippo's trying to help out his team as Quad looks to turn it around. They found a route on a Faker, and Quad takes him out. FlyQuest continues trying to get away, but Owner has arrived. His clone Cyclone kills Inspired, and Quad barely gets away over the wall. Owner's still looking as Whippo has to flash. Masu continues to run on the third, and Tofo Strike doesn't hit, but T1 still has the push.
T1 chasing them across the map, and now they're inside the base. Flowers finally 24 kills to T1, and they will be able to take the inhibitor.
Inhibitor number 1 is down, and T1 is not done. Really have to pick their moments carefully on how they want to step up. Busio clone walks past the control ward. No seismic shove to find any value here just yet, but the Baron is spawned, and T1 is ready to start it up. Doran and Carrier are going to be running interference, and Owner and Gumayushi just melt this thing. Weaver's Wall won't allow FlyQuest anywhere near it, and T1 has already claimed the objective. Now Whippo's got to try to stay alive. Pop Blossom finds Faker. Gumayushi's already killed Busio. Masu flew into the back line, but he crash landed, and T1 tears them apart. FlyQuest thought they could take that fight. They thought they had to, but T1 would not let it happen. It's a clean ace, and they're on the game-winning push.
Yep, Carrier takes care of one tower for his second, and the rest of T1 arrived to finish the job.
FlyQuest had a tall task, and they could not stand up to the moment. T1 prove why that number 4 seed title isn't what it seems.
All great points, Flowers. You know why I love Rek'Sai?
Because you get to dig tunnels?
Well, no, because at this tournament, we have seen the Shy on Rek'Sai, and we've seen Bin on Rek'Sai, and both of them have trolled tower shots, taking away the jungle on that side. They leave behind multiple wards over there. Tarzan, of course, you can see on the split screen. In the split jungle, and everybody mid.
Immediately they go for the gang. That's what we're talking about with the Jarvan, the EQ level 2. Shanks on the run, but the light's here as well. HLE chasing in full, but Tarzan and Kael are ready to try to help out their teammate. Shanks healing back up to 200 HP thanks to the potions. HLE looking for a little bit more, but there's the Tangle Barbs. Tarzan knocked back over the wall, but Zeka's in danger. First blood over to Shanks, and anyone's legend respond to the level 2 pressure, and they do it beautifully. A spear in the back, 2-0 AL. Plays when both Peanut and Zeka and even Delight all had to spend their flashes to make that play, and they still lost 0-2.
Yeah.
Like, Ryze is really vulnerable now. It's hard for Zeka to participate in fights. Peanut lost a big playmaking tool in that flash. Delight might still try something a little wacky here, but it looks like Shanks has no intention of walking a whole lot further forward. As now down here in the bottom lane, you've got Zeus going all in, looking for Kael back in the mid lane. It's Shanks under pressure here yet again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. This time it goes the right way.
Yeah, now is where you say, all right, now mission complete.
We did it, team.
Forget about the first attempt and all that went down, but they did get it, and they're doing it again. 3 people. It's a teleport up topside from Delight this time, and Jarvan's coming to gank as well. 3 for Flandre.
Okay, Flandre trying to get out of here, but it's the flash into the pulverize, into the headbutt. EQ combo from Jarvan, and Viper gets handed his first kill of the game.
He's able to push the wave in, allowing them to move over, but Flandre's here first. Zeus has no teleport, so Flandre is tunneled his way all the way over here. That's going to give them the numbers, and HLE are like, okay, fine.
Yep. And that's kind of what I was thinking when I saw the teleport from Zeus down to the bottom lane when there was only 20 seconds on Grubs. It makes it a little bit difficult to try to fight for those, and AL's on top of it. Delight with the Hex Flash over the wall, and Delight is not in a very good spot. Okay, looks like it's beef for dinner. Feet of Warfare claim for AL.
It's a Realm Warp over for a dive.
Okay, it's been 3-man plays all game. How about 4? Viper taking the kill credit yet again. Grand Starfall from Tarzan is not in time to try to save his teammate. Tarzan is immediately going to jump in after that one. It was AL that claimed Drake number 1, so this will be them getting a nice early Drake stack going on.
Yep, continue the sack. Should be effortless for them. They just had a reset timer for Viper. So Viper here, as they said on the desk.
The alone time they end up getting in these side lanes on these turrets when they get the picks from overloads. They're not able to take the plates as fast, but now Kyle looking to maybe catch out Peanut. He's in the middle of 3. He's in the enemy jungle and he doesn't want to be there. He goes the EQ out, but the spear over the wall plus Flandra's damage executes him, and it's AL picking up kill number 4. Decent DPS to take this thing out without the rest of the team needing to show up. However, Peanut, Viper, and Delight all heading over. Teleport also coming in now from the side of HLE. Dragon at about 60% health. And anyone's legend. They've still got control over the area for now. Another TP coming in, ready to reinforce HLE. Drake down to 3,500. Tarzan putting a little bit more damage into it. Delight gets bound up. There's your Pop Blossom. Finds its way out of 2 as Kyle has to try to get away, but the Hextech Drake has already been secured by anyone's legend. Viper goes on a killing spree. Tarzan goes back over the wall, and Viper goes in. The killer instinct of the HLE AD carry is ready to rip some heads off. It's a triple for Viper. It's about to be a quadra. Flandra takes one back, and Viper takes revenge. It might have been a Drake for anyone's legend.
For the knockup to set up Viper here. So he got Hope initially. They force Hope's flash. As soon as Viper sees that, goes all in. They can chase on through. Really good engage there from HLE.
And when you think about HLE, when you think about how this team has struggled after their initial explosive start to the year with winning first stand, even in the games where they've had problems, even in the games where it looks like they might be losing, it's Viper who puts on performances that ends up clutching it and turning the game around. This is the guy that they can count on to be that shining light when the rest of the team might be underperforming. Fortunately for him in this one, it's not like the rest of the team is underperforming, right? You look at Delight and you look at Peanut and they both have 100% kill participation. The solo lanes are doing just fine. And now Viper is sitting on 6-0
From
Well, HLE will finally get the last little bit of damage they need on this top lane tier 1 turret here. I feel like generally you want to make sure the enemy team does not have their tier 1 turret in the area where Otacon is before you begin. The Otacon can make things very difficult, but HLE are now going to start up that objective. Wards being placed nearby from anyone's legend. They want to try to stop this. The Otacon's already down to about half HP, but so is Peanut. Teleport's coming in now from both sides. Zeus looking to go in, create a little bit of space, put pressure onto the back line. He's found his way onto Hope. Pop Blossom coming in, but it's not going to get a whole lot done. Zeus still finding the damage, and Viper's going godlike here into the back line. Kyle is low, Flandra's down, as they will at least get a kill back on the anyone's legend side. It's Viper down alongside his mid laner as Tarzan fights back, misses the spear. It's flashed away by Zeus. Shanks comes around from the side. Anyone's legend with the huge team fight win and a 5-for-2.
Shanks comes in. He saves the day there at the end with the Cassio ult up against the wall. They're going to be able to get the Otacon.
Trying to keep an eye on if HLE already has it started up, but they do not. A Peanut versus Tarzan smite fight sounds like one way to determine how this game is going to go from here.
That is an unreasonable amount of tunnels down there for Flandra.
Oh, yeah, that's way too many. All right, that is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, you got me there. Anyone's legend. HLE both squaring off around the Dragon. Peanut's gonna get caught by Flandra here off to the side. Dragon loses some patience, resets slightly, but now Delight's looking for some kind of an angle here for an engage. The Drake goes over to Viper, but immediately the defensive Pop Blossom on Delight to try to control him. Anyone's legend have taken out the enemy support, but they need more because they've lost the Drake. Zeka wants to turn it around, but Shane CC bursts him down. Double kill to the Nico of all people as Zeus, Peanut, and Viper all try to get away. Tarzan wants the Grand Starfall to try to get something back, but he can't quite get the distance in time.
AL collecting kills, collecting more flower petals with the value with their Otacon. So even though HLE do get the Dragon, AL will be pretty happy with the extra gold afterwards, take down the tower, get the 2 kills for themselves. And it's until the next one. HLE say, you know what? We're not going to actually wait. We're going to clear the vision on Baron and teleport out to it to apply some pressure first. AL currently are soaking both side waves right now. With both Cassio as well as Rek'Sai. So Flandra is pushing, but HLE are forcing the issue. They want to get that teleport out. They're just going to burn.
This is a really risky thing. They're going to look to take the Baron. It is secured by Peanut, but now AL's coming in to look to take the fight. The light gets bound up here by the Tangle Barbs over the wall as Shanks is now going to be the target. Viper jumps in with a killer instinct. He's already found Shanks. Now he's found Hope. It's Viper. Fangs bared, looking to win the fight. He finally drops as Tarzan and Kyle try to fight back. Zeus and Zeka need to take down the Pantheon, and they'll get him. Kyle, the only one to try to escape here as HLE claims the Baron.
The EQ from Peanut already lands, and so he goes through stun, lands the EQ, opened it up there for Viper to go through. And
Tarzan making his way down here, but it looks like Anyone's Legend gonna decide no, it's not worth it. Trying to protect that tier 2 turret. We can let that one go. So as soon as that falls, gonna climb the gold lead up to about 4,000 again for HLE. And the problem for Anyone's Legend, Kobe, is that the dragon is spawning right now, right as the Baron ends, and it means that it's free to take for HLE. So again, they miss their chance at the soul. The pressure to continue to move forward, place down that vision, and make sure that HLE isn't going from an early Baron.
okay, there's a moment here where Flandra has to teleport back. That teleport is a decent amount of a cooldown. Shank's actually opening up some room for him though. Miasma's used.
Okay.
Small cooldown.
Redemption coming in. Zeus takes a little bit of damage. Delight tries to counterattack here. Finds Shanks immediately into the stasis there for the AL mid with the Pop Blossom. Also creating space for Anyone's Legend. The targeting everywhere. Zeus the first to die. Flandra's grabbing the kill. Anyone's Legend's gonna run over the fight. Viper's gonna get all the way out of town, and Delight is dead too. It's 3 kills over to AL. The attempted flash for the Yunara W to take out Viper misses as Viper continues retreating. Flandra goes in. He tags him with a Praise Seeker, but the Rek'Sai ulti had already been used. There's no execute. Peanut's in the enemy jungle. He's all alone behind enemy lines. Another Twin Fang connects. He wants to... What?
Wanted to Hexgate.
Oh, I was trying to Hexgate, but the poison ticked on him and he couldn't activate it, so Peanut falls. Look at that in the top left.
Viper's going...
Dragon Timer is also just about to proc, and that's where Viper's heading.
Yeah, he's gonna burn it down. And since they're going for the recall, I think he gets away. It's just gonna be Nico support.
All right.
Just finish it, Viper.
Kyle's got to try to stop him. I don't think it's gonna, unless he Pop Blossom steals it, there's no way! He got it! Kyle with the miracle steal! The Pop Blossom to steal it away as AL now goes after the enemy AD carry. Viper's in some danger, trying to get himself away. Tarzan coming around on the flank. AL looking for more as Zeus wants to try to buy some time for his carry. Flandra still chasing after the Kaisa. Zeka about to die as the Seraphs only keeps him alive a moment longer. Delight will be your next casualty. Tarzan takes him out with the spear. Viper still running, but he's running to the enemy base. It's a 2-for-1 that favors Anyone's Legend alongside securing the Hextech Soul. And here he is again, the man with the plan who went all in.
Too far in the past. Let's get a look at this siege.
We gotta live in the present, and presently, Anyone's Legend is forcing this advantage straight down top lane. HLE scrambling to try to defend, 4,000 gold lead. Rise. So that mobility now eliminated. Zeus going on a, what I think was an attempted pincer attack. Now trying to turn around back onto Shanks, but now it's Kyle forcing out the early stasis from Zeka's Rise. Flandra buying time off on the right while Zeka continues to tank damage. Zeus gonna be the first to die as Hope continues firing after him. Secures the kill there for the Yunara, and it's right 5 seconds before the Baron spawns.
Baron for AL. Elder Dragon really soon here though, so 4v5 and make a miracle. That is their hope. AL though, they've got the Baron, they have the extra player advantage.
Put your hope in Peanut for a big smite here. Anyone's Legend.
Just go for the fight. Anyone's Legend, just go for the
Baron.
fight.
There they go, they're diving in. Delight's gonna be the first target, and he already lost 80% of his HP. Unbreakable will not live up to the name. Shanks put the slows in on Peanut, and the rest of the team is ready to follow. Miasma keeps him close enough, and he cannot use his Cataclysm to buy any time. Now another Petrifying Gaze onto Zeka. Anyone's Legend just cleaned up 3 more. Zeus has respawned, but now it's only 2 players alive on HLE. They're trying to make a catch onto Shanks as he teleports in. They find some good burst, but he's still got the stasis. Kyle defends him. Kyle goes on a rampage. Anyone's Legend looking to push down mid and win the game.
They're gonna do it, Flowers. Should be easy. Tarzan's looking for 1 more kill onto Viper, but it's actually going to Hope.
And Hope stands tall for Anyone's Legend. It was a brutal 41-minute battle back and forth between the number 2 seeds of the top 2 regions at Worlds 2025, but Anyone's Legend comes out on top.
as far as their front to back. You know, Xin ultimate create a lot of space, Sion create a lot of space. And meanwhile, the answer here for TS in the end is an Enchanter. It's not the Enchanter that we mentioned. Is here, Broken Blade is low. Are they gonna go for a good death?
Well, let's see. This wave is about to crash in, and as soon as it does, Kanavi is going to show his face. LeBron goes for the grand entrance as Hong tries to get away. Broken Blade wanted to get something, but all he gets is first blooded. They even get the kill over to Jackie Loves Yunara. That's exactly what they wanted to see there for Top Esports.
T2, they know this is coming. They're reading it. They've got Skewmond and LeBron on the way. Broken Blade 6 also.
Okay, Jackie Love might be in a little bit of danger here. Has to flash away from the decimating smash. Kanavi only level 5 here on the Trundle. There is no subjugate. Broken Blade gonna get caught by the tether most likely. No, does manage to get away. Skewmond down to about 50 HP. Broken Blade, 200 on him. Very low health bars on G2, but everybody survives critically, and there's no more minion wave.
Oh yeah, Kanavi, a lot of damage he was able to do to Skewmond, and Skewmond flashed already.
Oh, Hong's trying to go in and get the root. He finds it, but Skewmond is so tanky here on the Xinjiao with the Drain Tank ability. It's not going to matter. He does finally drop. Hong still taking hits from the minions from the Gleaming Quill, but he continues walking away. Top Esports here for both sides. Kanavi and 369 going to go ahead, begin the objective. The AoE power of Aatrox can feel really nice, just smacking these grubs around as Top Esports comfortably taking the first one, and it looks like nobody from G2 is going to do anything about the second either.
So they know Broken Blade's ult is on cooldown. They're still sending Jackie back down bottom side. So TS are like, you know what? We are fine with 2. And just send the Yunara back bot. I do like this. Broken Blade doesn't have ult, and look at that. Teleport's not on cooldown either.
Still has that playmaking tool, so Cream's got to be very careful that he doesn't immediately get follow-up ganks soon, as Kanavi, since he had everybody else around here, it just means that he has free access to this first Drake. It is not a fast first Drake whatsoever, just shy of 11 minutes, so even if they start a strong Love and Hong continuing to shove these waves up, as 369 has to deal with being outnumbered by G2 up in the top lane at the same time. Broken Blade crashes his ult into the turret, and now the wave continues to move forward. Kanavi's going to go ahead and start it off here with a subjugate, and that is it. Beats of Warfare claimed. Easy peasy for Top Esports. Broken Blade's dead body can't do anything but farm up some minions, and that turret is really low.
Yeah, that thing's going to die for sure. And I don't know, like, he got chomped and, like, instantly ulted. I don't know about the ult so far from BB, but okay.
369 fighting back with a World Ender up here. Yes, he was ignited, but Aatrox still staying alive, surviving here with the 1v2.
Diving Broken Blade, but this Aatrox can have some potential to chase down as well, and the Aatrox is actually getting focus at the moment.
Yep, he trapped the BB with the Infernal Chains, kept him there long enough for Kanavi to show up. Yes, Sion is a tanky champion, and yes, Trundle just loves fighting tanky champions. 4 kills to nothing. Top Esports, 1,500 gold lead.
Topside counterplay. What did you have cooking here?
Okay, Skewmond and LeBron coming in. Cream probably going to be your target there. Goes in for the grand entrance. Defensive shockwave. LeBron still locked up underneath the turret, but Cream goes down. Skewmond and G2 are on the board, but now Skewmond and Caps out to try to get away. Defensive ulti coming out from the Xinjiao. Hong trying to lock up Caps. Shurima Shuffle's not going to work, and Caps is dead. Now G2's in a ton of danger. Kanavi's coming around on the side. Skewmond staying alive for now, but 369 needs a little bit more damage. LeBron with 200 HP. LeBron chomped down. G2 have lost all but a single man. It's 8-2 for Top Esports. LPL number 3 representative, and they're gonna grab the Rift Herald for free right after. 15 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock, so a pretty swift take on that one. Meanwhile, the top lane tier 1 turret for G2 just barely standing, and Caps knows as he sees the announcement that the Rift Herald has been taken and he's next to a nearly dead turret, he could be in very grave danger, so he teleports away, does not want to get caught out in that one. The Drake now begun by G2.
Yeah, I think it'll be finished by G2 as well, so they do get that objective. Of course, the tower on top side is going to go down. I mean, Flowers, you can't help smile. You know, it is fun when Jackie Love is going to jump in on these here, kill, get these kills, and then flash into the tri-brush. And as big of a lead as TS ever have, you can try and do that. But, it's looking good for TS at the moment. They're going to Rift Herald. They're going to go for this tower.
Yep, Kanavi will drive that one in. Easy money in the pockets of Top Esports. Now more than a 4,000 gold lead. Harold should not get the second charge. Okay, that one gets taken out. Meanwhile, 369 was pretty good for them. It does buy Broken Blade also an opportunity to take the tier 1 turret here in the top lane. Top Esports have already taken 3 turrets. G2 hadn't had any, so this is important in trying to close that gold gap here a little bit. Yeah.
Green would have to teleport in. There we go.
This is an audacious Otacon start, but it's what Top Esports are going for. They're 3,000 gold ahead. G2's got all 5 men nearby. Otacon down to about half HP. Kanavi and Jackie Love still putting the work in onto it. 369 trying to keep everybody else distracted. Caps goes in. Flashback out from 369. The Otacon down to 3,000 HP. The Aatrox keeping everybody distracted now, but he's got to be careful because he's in World Ender, but he's got no flash. Everybody from G2 piling in on 369. The Aatrox won't die fast enough. Sterix gauge pops to keep him alive. Broken Blade is already down. Everybody on G2 is eviscerated. 369 with one last Deathbringer stance. Rips the life out of Broken Blade and stays alive himself. Jackie Love chases forward with the auto attacks. It's an ace and an Otacon for not a damn thing. Top Esports absolutely steamrolled him.
Otacon, and I can stay alive. I have plenty of healing. Redemption comes in. They get the healing over and over and over
To make these plays, but Top Esports are countering.
Yes, they are. Great map movements again from TES. Now Hung, though.
Hung knocked up by the grand entrance. However, not quite dead. Finally shut down. Goes over to Hans Sama. Flashback out from Kanavi before decimating Smash. Can potentially give G2 another kill. Third kill of the game there for G2 with the pick on the enemy support. Able to help steal away the red buff. As now they're going to take down the tier 2 here in the mid lane right after. 7.8 thousand gold lead for Top Esports.
And they're trying to clear out the vision, but G2 have some lingering wards. They walk up, though.
Hans Sama immediately forced to ulti defensively. Jackie Love wants to go in. He flashes to the side. Hans Sama all the way back away with a defensive flash from his Caps with a massive Shurima shuffle. Jackie Love is down, and Top Esports might be in some danger. Caps is next to die. Cream back over the wall. Double kill to Kanavi. It looked like Caps might have found the miracle that G2 needed, but Top Esports do not believe. G2, they got the best they could have got there, but it's still a 3-for-1 for Top Esports.
Top Esports will put an emphatic stamp on this game. The Baron will be theirs. Skumond is down, no spike for G2. All they can do is farm minions while TES take the main objective.
It's not going to be the fastest because Jackie Love did die.
Not only the Rakan, who charms him up and sets him up for Caps to go in, but because he goes in like that and it's full commitment,
Cream and Hong, you said it just then, they both got away with 100 HP at the end of that fight, while Jackie was the only one who died. Imagine if this wasn't a 7,000 gold lead before the fight. It's pure danger for G2.
Kanavi is legendary, both in the game and out of game. And here we go.
Broken Blade is about to drop, but he does manage to get himself away there with the ulti, all the way back into the fountain with the Scion. Here comes your TP from 369, and now it's the bottom lane, your next target. Killer there onto Skumon, but not a whole lot else to get from that one. Jackie Love still in ulti form for a little bit longer, as the bottom lane inhibitor does die. And Top Esports are going to continue their push now with 2 enemy inhibitors down. The next wave is marching down the top lane, but it's not there quite just yet. Kanavi's going to hop on out to the enemy jungle.
Daring them to stop him, taking it out, just walking back in, trundling around, as he does.
Skumon defensive ult trying to stay alive as Top Esports moves forward. Caps goes in for the shuffle. He finds Jackie Love, but where's the follow-up damage? Jackie dies, but so does Caps. 369 in the middle of everybody, still staying alive, and they finally kill him off. Broken Blade trying to get away. Redemption coming down, but it ain't gonna heal him in time. It's 3 dead on the G2 side, but they managed to take out the enemy top laner and AD carry at the same time. Creamer putting the pressure onto the Nexus turrets. Meanwhile, Kanavi takes down the remaining inhibitor turret to guarantee G2 are trapped in the base for the next 3 minutes until mid lane inhibitor respawns.
Yeah, triple inhibs is really hard to come back from.
Considering their reputation at the past few international events, considering the expectation that a lot of people would have of them potentially having a throw here, there has been no such thing. TES now on the verge of winning their first game here at Worlds 2025. Caps wanted to go after Jackie again. Didn't quite get him this time, and that should mean the end of the game. Nexus turrets both about to die. 3-6-9 under a little bit of pressure. Here's LeBron, Charms up, Hong, they get that kill at least. Scumon's gonna drop dead next though, as LeBron and Broken Blade head back into the fountain. And the remaining 4 players on Top Esports are not gonna let them leave. It's Top Esports coming out swinging, 22-7. They'll take down G2. Of engage mechanisms on Top Esports and how it's all about speed, speed, speed. Well, we don't have any dashes or anything on Swain or Rumble, so just make them run fast.
Okay, make them run fast. Everybody's gonna be running in. Let's have some fun, Flowers.
And immediately just jumping in there as soon as he gets the opportunity, because the big deal is the solo lanes, oh, hold on, Keen's in some danger.
Hey.
PSG are going in for the first blood. Keen, it's first blood over to PSG.
Tony Karsa's the guy to watch. He goes over here for the gank. PSG going to be able to get this dragon, and the swap on the top side for Gen G. They're going to get their push in towards the Rumble. Again, Aja doesn't have flash either, so he's going to actually get the call here. Woody's going to go
in for a scuttle crap. This is the name of the game right now. Duro joins up, only level 5 on the Braum. Karsa's coming around for the crab. The public execution comes in from Keen. Gen G, they're ready to go in after the enemy jungler. Heroic entrance comes smashing down. Karsa's getting away just barely. Canyon down to 300 HP. It's going to be another kill coming in, but this one goes over to Gen G. They keep Canyon alive. The Wukong survives, and they take out both PSG solo laners. First over to the objective pit. Ruler and Duro still have control over the top lane wave, 86 farm to 68, so still maintaining an advantage here for Ruler's Lucian compared to his counterpart, as Canyon just going to be left with the remaining grubs after they've already secured the first one. Chovy knows he's got some waves to get back to.
Yeah, those grubbies, the payment will be popcorn chicken. All of the chickens belong to Karsa. Not a great trade, but see what Chovy is added on top.
Ooh, over the wall though. Karsa ready to try to make a move onto Chovy's Galio, but Ruler's gonna drop the culling now just to further force them back. Defensive on the hunt from Betty and Woody. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Chovy's gonna be the target here yet again, trying to get himself away as the Swain ulti is used. Karsa tanks the turret and Maple gets the kill. So PSG, they're going to find a kill on the Gen G mid laner, but at the cost of 500 minions and the tier 1 turret dying in the top lane, as Ruler is about to get an absolutely massive paycheck.
Yeah, that is a lot of denied minions on the top side, a lot of value there. Karsa and Maple, though, back together, and they actually do punish Chovy for the earlier flash that they burned off of him, considering the idea.
No, if Lucian is there, you don't care. That's the name of the game here for PSG. You do not want to fight if this guy is having anything to do with it. Combos get even more fun. Watching the world's best Lucian players play Lucian is always such a treat, as PSG, Karsa and Woody coming down to help Maple, going in after Keen, public execution, defensively trying to get away. He has the shield, but it does not shield enough. The feat of warfare is claimed by PSG, Kobe.
In the individual matchup, Sivir is basically just on minion cleanup duty, and Keen is the target, Flowers.
Okay, once again, they're just full sending the same play over and over,
and it's
over
working.
And over, it ends up working. It's similar to what we saw Top Esports doing in the last game, killing Broken Blade over and over. They're doing it to Keen.
Maybe they will be able to craft their team fight here with all of their AoE.
Okay. Duro just blocking anybody on PSG from stepping forward. Rift Arrow down to 3,000.
Karsa wants a piece.
Nope, there is no piece to be had. The whole cake goes over to Gen G. And now they are ready to use that whenever they possibly need to. Duro steps forward. He's going to get bursted down before we can defend anything. Now Canyon's going into the back, but he's already been exhausted. There's not a lot of damage there. Betty back over the wall, but Woody is already dead. Chovy takes the kill. It's a 1-for-1. Ruler off to the side, separated from the rest of his team for now. Maple still here on the front line. Swain ulti still going.
Still ticking.
He's in the middle of everybody. He continues walking forward. Canyon and Keen and Chovy all got to scatter. PSG.
Well, Maple's top.
Duro base checking another brush. This time, though, there's not enough firepower to just blast him down, so throws up the Unbreakable. Feels fine about it. Want to get the Herald charge onto the mid lane tier 1 here. Charge alone shouldn't be enough to kill it. Herald getting distracted by minions, though. Gives PSG an opportunity to try to DPS it, but now with the minions gone, there's your charge. Takes it down to almost nothing, and then the minions can finish it off. Gen G taking out the tier 1 turret, and then they're going to take this second Drake of the game for themselves. Well, third Drake overall, second for Gen G right now.
So Chovy's trying to go answer the wave right now.
Bottom side river, right near mid lane brush. As Keen forces Aja to overheat, makes him step back. And it means that he and Chovy can now take down this tier 1 turret with Aja having to fall back all the way to the side brush near the tier 2. Does not want to risk getting caught out here.
Yeah, Gen.G pushing them off, and your 20-minute Otacon that you're looking for, Flowers.
Let's go.
The preemptive steps have been taken care of.
I called it. All right, TP's coming back in from Keen. He just needs to go back, heal up, purchase real quick. Gen.G, they've got the objective down to about 2/3, and PSG is on the approach. Charging up the Galio taunt. Maple now in the middle of everybody, but he's going to get focused here. Has to back off a little bit. Otacon down to half, but that's nowhere near close enough to try to burst it down. PSG now.
Swain ult is down.
Yep. Without the Swain ulti, they are at a significant disadvantage. Otacon pulled to the backside of the pit, has 2,400 health remaining. Looking to burst that one down as Keen's going to distract everybody with the Grand Heroes entrance coming right in over the top from Chovy. Duro's trying to help him out. Duro's going to get burned down. Aja takes out Keen and Duro both for a double kill, but the Otacon goes over to the side of Gen.G. Betty and Maple trying to get themselves away from this one. Ruler grabbing the kill on Aja. Canyon jumps in, goes after Betty here. Chovy's in a killing spree. Betty tries to get away, but it's an ace for Gen.G. Gee, let's go! Okay, we were up here on the Dragon.
We blame jet lag. We blame jet lag. We blame jet lag. Well, glad we got the replay, man. Duro again, face check.
Duro with the face check, but he's already got the backup coming in. The Galio has arrived. Chovy's gonna pick up a rampage here with the first kill as Ruler puts the bullets into Maple, and the Swain is not tanky enough to get away from that one. Stacks up those concussive blows there on Woody, and Betty's got to be careful because Ruler's auto attacks are ready to go. He dashes forward, a little bit more damage there, as now it's Canyon ready to finish it off with a killing spree. They're gonna take out both of the enemy bot lane duo, but it does cost Canyon's life as Aja can get one in return.
Well, that's going to continue the onslaught then. Even with him going down, there's only 2 members of PSG currently alive. Maple respawns as they just take down Aja as well.
Maple respawns, but equivalent exchange.
They tagged him in.
A life jumps right in over the wall, finds Keen and does not want anything to do with the rest of that fight as Canyon wraps around the back of the jungle here. And Woody and Maple are going to have to be a little bit careful. Duro raises the shield, and Canyon has already found the flank. There's the Cyclone into the Galio knockup we were talking about back in draft. Rulers on a rampage. Maple is gone. PSG scrambling. Karsa's the next target. Nobody else dies unless Keen has something to say about it. He'll pick off Aja, and now Betty's got to try to escape. The Mbessa leads the charge, and Chovy's coming up right behind them. Betty and Woody on full retreat now, as immediately the follow-up is there from Gen.G. They're gonna find 3 kills. Only jungler and AD carry remain on the side of PSG as they have to go back into the fountain to try to heal up a little bit, and Gen.G will take the opportunity to knock down inhibitor turret number 1, to knock down inhibitor number 1, and the double teleports coming in to reinforce tells me they're going for Nexus turrets next. First Nexus turret under fire, but Betty's under more. That's Chovy dominating as the enemy AD carry is down, and Karsa's about to join him. Ruler's gonna pick up another one as the second Nexus turret falls. The respawns are coming in from PSG, but they can't even get up the fountain steps. Gen.G going for the end of the game at 27 minutes. Canyon might have died, but it will not matter. Gen.G come out strong and take their first win.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.